It's Monday morning in Berlin. A young woman scrolls through her bank app while sipping homemade coffee. She's not rich, but her savings account keeps growing every month. Across the world in Los Angeles, a man walks past a clothing store. The jacket in the window looks perfect on him, but he doesn't walk in. In Tokyo, a teenager notices her streaming app just doubled its price, so she deletes it without hesitation. What do they all have in common? None of them makes six-figure salaries. None of them won the lottery. Their secret is much quieter. Small, frugal routines that almost look invisible, but over time, save thousands of dollars. Frugal doesn't mean boring. Today, it means being intentional. It means resisting the money traps that are designed to keep us broke. And when you practice the right routines, you discover something powerful. Saving money isn't about sacrifice, it's about freedom. Here are 7 frugal routines that secretly save you lots of money without shrinking your lifestyle. 1. The third-day rule for spending. 3 days. That's all it takes to tell the difference between want and need. Take Maya, a 27-year-old marketing assistant in London. One Friday, she spotted a $200 pair of boots online. They sat in her cart, tempting her. But she had a rule. If she wanted to buy something non-essential, she had to wait 3 days. By Monday, the thrill was gone, and so was the desire for the boots. Instead of spending, she moved that $200 into her travel savings. 6 months later, she was hiking in Greece, wearing her old boots, perfectly fine. This simple third-day rule is like a pause button for your wallet. It fights impulse buying, which is where most budgets silently break. According to a 2023 behavioral finance study, delaying purchases even 48 to 72 hours can cut unnecessary spending by nearly 40%. Why does it work? Because it cools the emotional heat. Online stores want you to click fast before you think. But time changes the brain's chemistry. That jacket, those headphones, that gadget, they suddenly feel less urgent and often less valuable. The third-day rule doesn't stop you from buying things you love. It just filters the temporary wants from the true needs. And in the long run, it builds a habit. You buy with intention, not emotion. 2. The Digital Declutter Challenge. Meet Alex, a 34-year-old teacher in Toronto. One lazy Sunday, he opened his bank statement and froze. $12.99 here, $7.99 there, $4.99 scattered everywhere. Streaming, cloud storage, meditation apps, language apps, half of which he hadn't touched in months. His invisible spending was costing him nearly $200 every month. Here's the truth. The subscription economy is designed to be forgotten. Auto-renew, free trials, tiny charges that look harmless, all are built to slip under your radar. But when combined, they're a leak in your financial ship. Global data shows the average household now spends over $2,400 a year on digital subscriptions. The worst part? Most people only use a fraction of what they're paying for. The Digital Declutter Challenge is simple. Every 3 months, review your recurring charges. Ask yourself, am I still using this? Could I find a free or cheaper version? You'd be surprised how quickly those quiet leaks turn into loud savings. Sometimes, the easiest money you'll ever save is the money you stop wasting. 3. The energy ritual at home. Every night at 10 p.m., the Schmidt family in Berlin walks through their apartment. They're not checking doors, they're checking plugs. The Wi-Fi router goes off. The TV is unplugged. Kitchen appliances click silent. It takes less than 3 minutes, but at the end of the year, they've cut hundreds from their electricity bill. This nightly routine is what they call their energy ritual. It sounds small, but energy is one of the biggest hidden expenses for households worldwide. In fact, leaving electronics on standby mode can waste 5 to 10% of your electricity bill without you realizing it. The trick is consistency. A simple habit, turning off lights when leaving a room, setting smart plugs on timers, lowering the thermostat by 1 degree, adds up. Families that follow these micro-routines often save 10 to 15% annually on utilities. The bonus? It's not just frugal, it's sustainable. Cutting wasted energy reduces your carbon footprint, which feels good in a world where climate costs are rising. Think of it this way. The energy ritual is like flossing your teeth. One night doesn't change much, but do it every day and the long-term payoff is huge for your wallet and the planet. Before we get into the next powerful frugal routine, I'd highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel if you want more simple, practical ways to save money live frugally without feeling deprived, and build lasting financial freedom. And don't forget to like this video and share it with a friend. It really helps spread these smart money habits. 4. Grocery shopping like it's 1999. Picture this. A 21-year-old college student in Toronto walks into the supermarket, not with her phone, but with a crumpled handwritten list. No scanning apps, no recommended for you coupons, no endless scrolling for meal kits. Just paper, a pen, and a plan. Sounds old-fashioned? That's the point. Before grocery apps and loyalty programs, families bought only what they planned for. Today, supermarkets and delivery platforms use algorithms to tempt you into just one more item. That extra frozen pizza? That novelty snack? They all look small, but collectively add hundreds to your monthly bill. A recent UN report showed that 17% of all food bought globally is wasted, not eaten, just tossed. That's money literally in the trash. Shopping with a strict list, buying in bulk for staples, and planning meals the way your grandparents did reduces waste and saves serious cash. One powerful hack: shop with cash instead of cards. Studies show people spend less when they can see the money leaving their wallet. And in a world where food prices keep climbing, going old school may be one of the smartest, most modern frugal routines you can adopt. 5. The second life habit. In San Francisco, a couple bought a dining table with a cracked corner at a flea market. Instead of throwing it out or replacing it, they sanded it down, painted it, and turned it into a stylish coffee station. What could have cost $800 was fixed with a $20 can of paint. That's the second life habit, giving objects a new purpose instead of instantly replacing them. It's not about hoarding, it's about rethinking value. A worn-out ladder becomes a bookshelf. Old jars become spice containers. A torn jacket gets patched instead of tossed. This idea isn't just quirky DIY, it's becoming a global movement. Repair cafes are popping up worldwide, where neighbors help each other fix everything from toasters to jeans. Brands like Patagonia and IKEA now run repair and buyback programs because people want second life solutions. The financial impact? Households that repair, repurpose, and resell instead of replacing can reduce new purchases by up to 25% a year. That's thousands saved, plus less waste in landfills. Every time you extend the life of something, you're also extending the life of your money. The second life habit is proof that frugality doesn't mean less. It often means more creativity, more resilience, and more savings. 6. The 20-minute commute shift. On a chilly morning in Chicago, Daniel used to drive 40 minutes to work every day. Gas, parking fees, and the occasional ticket, it all added up. One day, he tried something different. He swapped his car for the train 3 days a week. At first, it felt inconvenient, but then he noticed the savings and the peace. This small shift, just 3 days out of 7, saved him over $1,200 a year in fuel, parking, and maintenance. It also gave him nearly 2 extra hours a week to read, listen to podcasts, or simply relax instead of being stuck in traffic. Globally, transportation costs are one of the top household expenses. And with gas prices rising unpredictably, even partial changes matter. Biking once a week, carpooling, or using public transport for part of the commute is enough to make a real dent. The best part? The health bonus. People who bike or walk part of their commute save on gym memberships and healthcare costs later. The 20-minute commute shift isn't about giving up your car. It's about making small, smart swaps that quietly put money back into your pocket, mile by mile. 7. The silent savings hour. Every Thursday evening in Sydney, Claire and her partner do something unusual. They call it their silent savings hour. No streaming shows, no delivery apps, no shopping. For 1 hour, the credit card rests. At first, it felt strange, but soon, they began to look forward to it. They'd go for a walk, read, play board games, or cook a meal from what was already in the fridge. By the end of the year, this one tiny habit cut nearly $1,500 in just because spending on food and entertainment. We live in a culture of constant consumption. Even our downtime is marketed back to us. Relax with takeout, treat yourself with online shopping. But when you press pause, you discover something radical. Peace doesn't cost anything. The silent savings hour isn't about deprivation. It's about practicing financial mindfulness. One evening a week where you step outside the noise, enjoy what you already have, and give your wallet a rest. Frugality here becomes freedom, time, calm, and a surprising amount of extra money. The truth about money is this: it doesn't always slip away in big purchases. It leaks through the cracks. By closing those cracks with smart, frugal routines, you're not shrinking your life, you're expanding it. These choices don't just save you money. They create freedom to travel, invest, or simply breathe without financial stress. Because wealth isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's the quiet routines that build it in the background. Now, if you want to learn more about achieving financial success, then watch this video next.